I really liked video games. And at the time that I was growing up, video games were more marketed towards little boys. And when I eventually got the NES Entertainment System, I feel like all the kids my age had moved on to Super NES or Sega Genesis. But I eventually got a hand-me-down NES. Alrighty, I have with me the MSI Pro Z890-S Wi-Fi PZ motherboard, and I'm actually really excited to do a build with this because it will be my first back connect motherboard build. I've seen these at shows, but I haven't had a chance to actually build with one yet, so I'm really excited. This is a gorgeous motherboard. It's part of MSI's Pro series, and it's got Thunderbolt 4 support, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, like some really nice connectivity features. Again, this will be my first back connect design build, so let's go ahead and do this thing. Now, I'm not wearing socks on carpet, everybody on the internet. Don't worry about that, please. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Look how sleek this is. I really, really like it. This is gorgeous. And then again, there's that I/O panel I was talking about with all your different connectivity. Don't be jealous. Be jealous. Be jealous of those ports. That's really nice. Okay, so I am going to gently move this out of the way. Set this down. Now we will be, let me see. Now we're gonna set all this just to the side for right now. Over here. In fact, we are gonna pair this with our Intel Core Ultra 7. This is an Intel Core Ultra 7 265K, and that will pair perfectly with this motherboard. So that is the very beginning of this build that we're gonna do today. Let's do it. Because I really do believe that creators need to be very well-rounded production houses. I find myself very fortunate that I am in a place where I get to talk about things that I love for a living and help educate and bring other people into that fold, right? Like, I feel like there's this era or movement within this space of, you know, being a little gatekeepery. We don't want to let other people into our hobby, our fandom. But I feel the opposite. I think the more the merrier. I grew up in a time when I was made fun of for liking a lot of these things, and now that like they're suddenly slightly popular and mainstream, at least on the internet, then I can help bring other people into that fold, I feel like a little bit, and I love that. I could be a real dork and use that. Don't have a box cutter and support. That's kind of a...
Is that something you'd like to see more?
Yeah. I think it's a very small club of lady creators. And then when I started, I was one of 3 that I knew. And now there's a lot more, and I love that. And I would love to see more of that. God, they really put that in there, didn't they, Triforce? Tighten those up. Boom. Got it, got it. My audience is so varied because my audience has come to me from all the different really cool hosting jobs I've done, right? So I started on a channel that did funny news. So it was almost more in the vein of like a Daily Show kind of thing, but for younger audiences. And so I have people that follow me because they like getting their news, but in a funny way. And then I did some like sketch comedy stuff for a while, so I have people that were into that. I did some more traditional acting for a little while, so there's people that are into that. I've done lots of tech coverage and tech hosting, so I have a pretty big tech audience. And then I Twitch stream you know, every single week, 15 to 20 hours a week. So I have a lot of gaming focused fans as well. Like one of the things I do on Twitch every Tuesday, I do an indie game showcase. And so I have a lot of indie developers that follow and are part of my community because of that. So it really is kind of a mixed bag. So the one thing that I would say unites all of that is I try to make it personality driven content, and I try to just convey how excited I am about whatever I'm talking about and hope that that's infectious in a way that people, even if it's not like a content category they would typically be drawn to, that they'd be interested in learning more. That's always my goal. There we go. Now I want that IO to be a little bit more flush. I think that's as flush as it goes. That's right. And does this look flush enough for the IO shield?
It should. It looks like it.
If you look over here, that's what I was like. There's a little bit of space, but I guess that's it. There we go. Got that baby in. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna say like there. I think PC building has gotten more and more accessible over the years for sure. I mean, not only with the dawn of instructional videos online and easy to access on YouTube, but also, I mean, things like the back connector motherboard that I just built with today. That's making it so much easier. All-in-one coolers. I remember when liquid cooling was like, okay, have paper towels everywhere and blah, please don't mess up. You know what I mean? Like these things are getting easier. They're getting more accessible for folks, and the builds have never looked cleaner. Even if it's your first build, right? Your first build can be absolutely gorgeous. I always say my favorite game of all time is Myst for the PC, although it hasn't aged as well as I'd like. Although they did do the remaster recently, and I liked it, but I can't be sure if that was purely nostalgia or what. No walkthrough or help guide, which people had said couldn't be done. Like friends of mine were like, that can't be done, and so I felt very good about that. It was also one of the first games I played that I felt like was really made for adults. It wasn't, like at the time, you know, Nintendo reigned supreme and a lot of games were geared towards children. And I was like, oh no, this is like a grown-up game for grown-ups. And it kind of led me into, now my favorite type of game is what I like to describe as artsy-fartsy games for adults. So that's what I play now, mostly.
Today, we give our gratitude to Intel for their innovation.
All right, first 2 rows going in now. Everybody else will hang out tight for just a moment here. Couple minutes. Sit down here. It has built-in phone charging, which is really nice while you're gaming. So right now we have Marvel Rivals on the system. So a lot of the hosting I do now is live. And it's also kind of the fun of bouncing back and forth between when you're a host. You might have an ear prompter, so you might have a producer talking to you in your ear. You might have a notes document that producers or sound or everyone can communicate with you in a written document. You may have your run of show in front of you with talking points and beats you need to hit, and you've got live chat, and your brain is kind of constantly boop, 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 like just, you're doing it. You're doing it all at the same time and steering this ship that is the live stream. And I just really like the energy of that. And I'm always very grateful for the brands who trust me to steer their ship because it's live and anything can happen. But yeah, like I said, that's the fun of it. Yes, mama. Woo! I'm hoping there's not an interpeel on that one too, because that'll be really hard to get. Oh yeah, so much nicer. Okay. Here we go. Beautiful. I love the little rainbow right here on the card too. That's really gorgeous. Really, really nice stuff. Now, of course, it's not connected to a monitor, so we're not going to do our BIOS setup right now, but it looks stunning. My first back connector build. Yeah! Love it. So clean. I am Trisha Hershberger.